Thanks for joining us for another video. This is Angel's review for Storm's next Premier Line release, the Parallax. We're at the new home for Angel's Reviews, Royal Crest Lanes in Lawrence, Kansas, and her layout is 5 by 4.5 by 3.5. The Parallax has new tech for both the cover and the core. The cover is Traction X7 Hybrid, and the core is the asymmetric Aeroflow, which has an oval-shaped hole completely through the core and cutouts on the side. The cutouts mimic weight holes, and the oval hole allows the core overall to be a little higher RG than is typical for an asym. Paired with the flip block at the bottom, this helps to get more length and shape out of the core. Now, the cover is exceptionally strong, even polished, and has a solid balance between traction and shape. On the lanes, Angel had a little trouble lining up at first. It was much too strong to stay right with, but as she moved inside, a few shots didn't want to make the corner. Now, after playing with her angles a little, she found the sweet spot. The big note to make here is that this looks for her and feels for me amazingly similar to my Halo Burn, which is an overseas Halo with Microtrax Pearl, which is roto code for nano or NRG, so once I realized that, the reaction made sense. Pearl Nano is quite strong, but the polish gets you through the fronts, and the Nano still blends the wet-dry, so once you understand what you're working with and get lined up right, you have an arrow at the break point. This is a hybrid, of course, but the polish reaction reminds us both a lot of Nano Pearl covers. We each have several NRG Pearl overseas balls. Shots inside will hold, and shots outside will get back to the pocket without check marking or jerking. It needs a little more time to wind up than something like a Trend or an Astrophysics, but it's the perfect reaction for someone who likes to bend it a little and slow roll it, or for someone who typically finds other shiny big back-end asyms too over-under. The other big key that I'm always harping on is that it doesn't burn up, so as long as you give it a pinch longer to get going, you'll never have that hook stop motion that quicker covers on friction can. She's comparing it here first to the Virtual X, which is our 4S hybrid, something we haven't seen in the States yet. The Fight and Street Fight several years ago featured the Solid and Pearl versions, but the Intense Fire and Phase 3 both have our 3S hybrid, which is a solid step above our 2S hybrid that we have on the High Road and had on the Code Red, and our 4S is even again a fair amount stronger than our 3S. It's still, however, a longer and sharper formula than Traction X7, which I think is pretty evident. The move on the back end for the X is quite a bit more defined than the Parallax, but the Parallax gives her more room down lane to get to the pocket and get the pins down. She's also a big fan of her Code Extreme, which is on the screen now, and it features NRG2 Pearl, and I think if you follow the channel for a while, you'll know I point out this type of reaction a lot as something vital in our bags. It still clears the fronts easy, but has more teeth and blends the lane better than typical shiny reactives. It's not quite as familiar as the boomerang shape of a lot of shiny balls, but once you get lined up, it's a much more effective shape. The Parallax releases on August 7th. Thanks for watching.